Namaskar. We continue with our book How to Overcome Mental Tension by Swami Gokulanadaji Maharaj. So far, Maharaj has been discussing peace and tranquility and how to incorporate these two aspects of peace and tranquility in our lives. Today, he will discuss the need for regular practice. Maharaj continues. Now we turn our attention to the situation in a developed country like America. It is pathetic that about 6 million tablets are used there to put people to sleep. It shows that those people have forgotten the art of relaxation. It is unfortunate that after working hard the whole day, when we go to bed at night, we do not have any sleep. We carry with us the conflicts of the day's activity and sleep eludes us. Therefore, the only course open is to take sleeping tablets. This particular writer I read was talking about a place called Florida in USA. In this place, machines are installed on the pavements into which a coin can be put to get an instant reading of blood pressure. When we get bad news or are disturbed, our blood pressure is bound to rise. And once we know that the pressure is high, the anxiety of the consequences of high blood pressure makes matters worse. In this connection, let me refer to what a great writer and thinker, Carlyle, said in one place. The time has come when we should affirm the calm supremacy of the spirit over circumstances. Maharaj says we should ponder deeply on this apparently simple statement. When we live just on the surface of the psychophysical level and are not in tune with our real nature or acknowledge the supremacy of the spirit, we react violently to all adverse situations. When everything goes smoothly, we are naturally happy, but as soon as something goes wrong, we get upset. We have not mastered the techniques of rising above circumstances. The great apostle of Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Turiyananji, in his famous book Spiritual Treasures, has said that all of us must train our minds to rise above circumstances. When something unpleasant happens, we are carried away. We have no time to pause and ponder. Most of us act on the spur of the moment. We are so impulsive by nature that we forget to be rational. Maharaj continues, as I have said earlier repeatedly, one way of overcoming tension is to acknowledge the supremacy of our higher self, to be in touch with the calm lying within our spirit. From time to time, we must retire into our innermost selves and get tremendous strength which helps to get rid of nervous tension. People who are prone to nervous tension are like vehicles in high gear heading for a collision. As against this, we have to cultivate what is called the easy does it attitude. Although we do 100 different things, we should be able to do it in a calm manner without any kind of pressure. Here, I would like to recollect an incident concerning an industrialist I happen to know intimately. He has to attend to numerous important affairs constantly, but he always appears at his ease, does everything efficiently, never knows haste or undue excitement. I once asked him the secret of his attitude. He said, Swamiji, there is nothing secret about it. I urged him to tell me about it for the benefit of others, if it was not too personal. And he said, every morning we keep some time marked for ourselves. After getting up and having a wash, my wife and I retire to a particular room in our house, our shrine room, and one of us reads from a holy book. We recite hymns, and get into an inspired mood. Then each of us does a little meditation. We go deep down into ourselves and hold communion with our real nature. This is not a long process. Once we finish, we feel energized and take up the duties of the day. Both of us have made it a point to see that we practice this 15-minute ritual every day. We have been following this diligently and with patience for years together. That is why we are able to lead a balanced life. Maharaj now says, Sri Ramakrishna also said something similar as we read in the Gospels. When asked by a householder devotee how one can lead a balanced life and keep one's mind on God in the midst of a busy life in the world, Sri Ramakrishna said, well, it is possible. Since the goal of human life is spiritual awakening and realization of God, you have to hold on to it with one hand and with the other do your duties. The world with all its pressures is unreal. Today we are here and tomorrow we are gone. In the face of this fact of transitoriness, if we want to lead a meaningful, purposeful life without being unnecessarily scared about death, we have to practice what Sri Ramakrishna advised. Hold God with one hand and perform the tasks of the world with the other. Of course, he was then asked a counter question. Sir, since you say that the world is unreal, why do you ask us to hold it even with one hand? If God alone is real, why should we not hold his feet with both our hands? Maharaj says, Sri Ramakrishna was the highest of all incarnations, the Avatara Varishtaya, in the words of Swami Vivekananda, and he rose to this occasion in a masterly way. Smiling, he answered, well, what you say is true. If you can worship God with both hands, it is excellent. But if you cannot, you must pay attention to the work of the world. And once you have developed genuine love for the Lord, everything in the world will appear to you as a manifestation of His Leela. You will then find God in everything. Sri Ramakrishna was asked another question about the difficulty of seeing God in personal relationships such as husband, wife, parent, children, etc. He was asked how such relationships could be spiritualized to see God in everything. He emphatically affirmed that this can be done, and Maharaj says, I feel that the way the couple about whom I spoke just now are spending some time in spiritual practices together are in a way giving concrete shape to Sri Ramakrishna's instructions. The next question Sri Ramakrishna was often asked was whether it was possible to find two people of similar temperament in married couples. Sri Ramakrishna said that such couples were there but very rare. To be of the same temperament, a couple need the grace of God. Otherwise, all their time will be spent in quarreling with each other. Each will go in a different direction and there will never be any peace for either. But with the grace of God, they can pursue the same spiritual path with amity and immense benefit. Swami Gokulanadaji concludes, thus, before we begin the day, we must spend a few minutes in spiritual practice. It will help us greatly. Whatever may be the contingency, we should not allow them to cut into these few minutes. It is like charging our spiritual batteries, which gives us power to carry us through the most difficult of days. The supremacy of the Spirit is established by such a regular daily spiritual exercise. In the next episode, Maharaj will discuss a routine. Till then, stay tuned to Devakshar. For more videos like this, do subscribe to our channel, share the videos, and do not forget to press the like button. Thank you so much for being with us.